Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of Pat's Travel Pass. We're reviewing Swiss short-haul business on their A321. We're checking it out from Zurich to Athens as we kick off our Greece trip. We got some good reviews coming up in the coming weeks, so make sure to tune in. Come join us. Starting off in the Swiss Business Lounge, they do have two main lounges that we checked out. One in the satellite terminal, which is as you enter or are departing for your long-haul flight. And then they have the lounge by the A gates, which was really crowded, no views. I wouldn't recommend that. So if you can go to the satellite one, I'd highly recommend. Food was identical at both, but this was way quieter. Had a lot more seating options, as well as an outdoor terrace that we'll show a little bit later. But they had good desserts, good entrees, self-serve wine, a coffee maker, and then for Wi-Fi, you actually had to go to the front desk to get a code. And yeah, here's a look at the outdoor terrace. Now, let's listen in. Now, that's enough fun. We wanted to go check out the lounge at the A gates. And funny enough, you have to take this little tram, and we were the only ones on the entire tram going away from the satellite gates. It seems like the only people that go there are ahead of the major flights. Nobody really enters on the incoming. But here we are boarding our A321 in Group 2. It was pretty crazy, so we avoided to carry on bags even though we were in the front. 2 waters and a sanitary wipe as we sat into row 4, A and C. Now, Swiss business is standard European business with no middle seat, so you do get a little bit of extra space, and as I'll show you later, the legroom was pretty decent. But this was a 9:30 p.m. departure, so pretty late flight, so I wasn't expecting too much in terms of service. I expected a lot of people to just go to sleep as it was pretty late. To my surprise, service started promptly right after. Asked for a gin and tonic, and they like to do it with lemon, so I'm all for it. And then look at this meal for a short haul flight this late at night. I mean, I was honestly really impressed with a cheese plate, a chicken, some bread. We also had some dessert, which was excellent. The cake was kind of green, but I think it was just the pistachio. And then we had a salad, pretty basic, but definitely got the job done after all the food at the lounge. So I was honestly really impressed, and it was really tasty too. And like I mentioned, we are in a 3-3, but with no middle seat. As you can see, there is no personal entertainment. They just had these screens above that kind of showed us the progress of the flight, which I actually kind of liked. It felt like I was back 20 years ago, and that was like your only entertainment, whatever movie they decided to show. But they kept the lights on, so we had to keep the party going and trying out some of the red wine. It was really a nice little nightcap to try it. Here's a tray table. I like that they got 2 cup holders, and it was pretty sturdy, so in terms of doing any work on it, I would definitely recommend. And the legroom, like I said, is pretty generous. Each seat does have an air vent, which is nice on these because you can actually use two if the other person isn't using the middle seat, and a reading light. You also have a coat hook here, which I thought was pretty handy, especially in the colder months when you're boarding by bus gate. You'll definitely want to bring that extra layer. Seat had plenty of recline, and then my wife decided to also have her little nightcap. But here we are arriving in Athens. The flight really flew by, considering we had the whole meal service plus a couple glasses of wine afterwards. I mean, a 2.5 hour flight goes by in no time. Swiss short-haul business was excellent though. I think the lounge really set the tone for great service and great food. Flight attendants were awesome as well. We did have a bus gate here, but it was pretty late in Athens, and I love this touch, but at the end of each flight, they love to give you these little Swiss chocolates, which I really appreciate. Thanks for joining everyone, and we will see you next time.